Yes mate, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're doing quick fire stocks where we take a look at the latest and freshest news about some of the biggest stocks on the stock market, what has happened to them this week. As we go through the latest news on some of the biggest stocks, we'll also be looking at what happened to the share price this week, what price targets we've got moving forward for these companies, and also what price we would be potentially getting in at. We're going to be talking about all of that, price targets, latest news and entry points. If you are new around here and want to join our investing community, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. We've just hit 4K, we're on the road to 5K, let's go. So firstly, let's talk about our favourite APXT. APXT has had a fantastic week this week, in my opinion. It's up 13% and the share price is currently sitting at $16.55. There are a couple of catalysts this week, along with a couple more that are due to come up in the next few weeks. So I do see the share price pushing on further. The main catalyst this week was the investor event that took place on the 14th of January, where TJ Zhang and Jeff Epstein both attended, both CEOs of the SPAC and AvePoint, the company that they're merging with. And the interview, in my opinion, went very well. The event was very successful. Both CEOs came across very well. They talked about the future of AvePoint, why they went through the SPAC route. And although they didn't give us the exact merger date, they did still say Q1, and obviously their Twitter and stuff like that mentions a February merger completion. And also Chris Sane, one of the biggest YouTubers in the finance community on YouTube, did actually say that APXT was one of his stocks that he was adding to. And as we all know, big YouTubers do have an effect on the stock market, and it looks like people went out, looked at APXT, did their research on AvePoint and started buying. So the share price is up 13% this week, which is a very solid week. Moving forward, there is another investor event for APXT next week, and also the merger date should be coming out in the next few weeks for a February merger close. There are a couple of big catalysts over the next 4 to 6 weeks to push APXT share price up even higher, and my price target still remains the same, $18 to $20 within the next couple of weeks. I really do believe that, and I think by the end of February we could even tip that $20 mark. So that is my price target, my price entry point. People have been saying to me, is it too late to get into APXT? In my opinion, after Friday, because Friday was a red day, APXT dropped a couple of percent, but nowhere near the market average if you look at a lot of the companies that we invest in and a lot of you guys in the community invest in. So I do think this is probably one of the lowest prices you'll be able to get APXT at within the next sort of couple of weeks, because there's too many catalysts now going into February that will push the share price up. So I don't think it will stay below $17 for long. So if you were looking to invest in APXT, I would really consider getting it in before the next investor event on the 20th of January. Next up, we've got Palantir. Now Palantir is currently trading at $25.65, which means it is up just under 2% on the week. Palantir's share price has been affected quite heavily over the last few weeks due to analysts downgrading their price targets for Palantir. However, Palantir, for myself and a lot of you guys in the community, is a long-term hold, and we see the future potential that it could have moving forward. And the big news this week in regards to Palantir, which caused the share price to push up Thursday before it ultimately dropped with the rest of the market on Friday, was news that ARK Invest Next Gen ETF bought just under 500,000 more shares of Palantir. So obviously anything related to Cathie Wood and ARK Invest is going to cause the share price to go up, and it did. It had a fantastic day on Thursday before dropping back slightly Friday. Still up for the week though, just under 2%, sitting at $25.50. Price target for me is a long term. This is a long 5 to 10 year hold. So price target is very difficult to say because this is such a long investment for me. But I do see this giving us multiple returns of our investment on today's price if we held it long term. And in terms of starting a position and entry point, my thesis on Palantir is still the same. Under $24 I think is good. Under $22 I think is great. Under $20, if it ever got there, I think is fantastic. Next up, we've got Nano Dimensions, ticker symbol NNDM. Now the share price is currently sitting at $10.38, and it is up around 13% on the week. What also was announced on Nano Dimensions was a brand new $332 million registered direct offering, which should take place on the 19th of January. This isn't Nano Dimensions' first direct offering, and it probably won't be the last as well. And this is the sale of 35 million shares at a price of $9.50. Previous direct offerings for Nano Dimensions did affect the share price a lot more than what we saw this week, so it didn't actually affect it too much. It's still hovering around that $10 mark. I still think that for me to invest in Nano Dimensions, because it's still quite early stages and speculative, I would need to see it drop back down into the single digits, below 9 particularly in my opinion. But I know a lot of you guys are very interested in NNDM and would purchase at this price. But for me, I want to see it drop a little bit because it has gone up massively over the last few weeks. So I need to do a bit more research into Nano Dimensions, see that share price drop a bit further before I initiate a position. Obviously, we've got to talk about CCIV, Churchill Capital, and its rumoured merger with Lucid Motors. Now, CCIV is the hottest stock at the moment. It has so much hype around it based on just this rumour with Lucid Motors, and the share price has gone crazy this week. So the share price is currently sitting at $18.37, and it is up over 82% on the week. And this is just on the back of a rumour that Churchill Capital will be merging or looking to merge with Lucid Motors. Just a rumour, nothing definite has been announced, no letter of intent or letter of agreement has been released. This is all based on speculation and hype, but a lot of people are getting behind this. A lot of people are swing trading this, and you've seen the share price go from $12 all the way up to nearly $20 per share before sitting back at $18 that we saw at the close of play on Friday. And there was rumoured to be a meeting on Friday morning between Lucid Motors and Churchill Capital to sort of go through the merger agreement. However, again, this was just news. There has been a bit of coverage on CNBC as well, and this has just caused the share price to spike. And to be honest, this is very, very volatile at the moment, whilst this is just a rumour. So if you are invested in it, make sure you're careful. Me personally, I can't invest in it until I see some fundamentals. If I miss the boat on this one, then I do, but it's a bit too risky for me to invest in purely based on a rumour. If you guys have some spare cash and you're looking for a riskier play to perhaps swing or just put some money in and hope that the merger takes place, then this is one that is looking very popular, and there's a lot of hype behind this, but we don't invest in the hype. But this one, if you want a speculative play, a bit of risky money, this one might be for you. But for me, I can't invest just in a rumour. Beyond Meat has had a very, very solid week this week. It is up 18% and is now sitting at $140.10. Now, it dropped a couple of weeks before after an analyst downgraded its price target to $125. We saw the share price in Beyond Meat drop to sub 120, and that's where I started to initiate a small position. I do want to add more, but news came out this week that Beyond Meat have had a partnership with Taco Bell to start using Beyond Meat's products within some of their products. So obviously, partnerships like this with massive chains will cause the share price in Beyond Meat to go up. I do still expect a bit more volatility with both Beyond Meat and Tattooed Chef when their Q4 earnings are released, because they won't be good. The climate that we find ourselves in the world at the moment is just not favourable for companies such as Beyond Meat and Tattooed Chef. So I do expect there to be another opportunity to purchase Beyond Meat at a lower price than $140, which is where it finished on Friday. So I'm hoping that it does pull back to around the 120s again. If it can go lower, then I'll build my position further. And this is a long-term hold for me. This will be a 2 to 3 year, maybe even 5 year hold. I do expect this to double, maybe even triple in that time period. The next one we've got is NEO. Now, NEO had a fairly poor week, but it had a massive week beforehand. So NEO is currently trading at $56.27, which means it's down 4.5% on the week. Now, the previous week we had that run up to NEO Day. NEO Day's event seemed very, very successful. A lot of exciting stuff came out on that particular day, and it did cause a lot of interest and a lot of hype in NEO stock, which did cause the share price to run up above that $60 mark. Now, what you can see now, which is what I was sort of expecting, was a bit of a sell-off now because it runs up quite quickly. I was hoping that there would be a pullback because I haven't got a position in NEO at the moment, but I do want to start one. I am very interested in starting one. So it is down around 5% on the week, currently sitting at $56. I still want to see that hit sub 50 before I'm interested in entering a position. Whether it will hit below $50, I'm not too sure, but that is my entry point. Sub 50 for a long-term hold on NEO is what I am looking to do. And if it never hits to sub 50, then it's just something that I'll have to live with, that I won't be purchasing NEO. But there are always other opportunities in the market. You've got to have your price targets, you've got to have your entry points, and just stick with them. And this will be a long-term hold for me, just like Tesla is in my portfolio. And finally, on quickfire stocks, we have got Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Now, Golden Nugget is currently sitting at $20.76, which means that it is up just under 3% on the week. Now, the share price did shoot up midweek, and this was because there was a first analyst coverage on Golden Nugget Online Gaming, and they gave it a price target of $27 a share, which is around $7 a share more than where it's currently sitting at close of play on Friday. Benchmark's Mark Hickey also gave it a buy rating, which did cause the share price to go up to $23 per share before pulling back on Friday. A lot of companies, a lot of gambling companies in particular, did fall on Friday with a lot of the other market, and so it finished on just over $20 per share. So for me, in terms of entry point, I think now is a good entry point for Golden Nugget. It's a long-term hold for me as well, so the price target will be set 2 to 3 years from now. I can see this doubling its money. I do think there's a lot of growth in this sector. The online gambling and online gaming sector is set to go massive over the next few years. There'll be many catalysts as more and more states legalize online gambling and online gaming. Companies such as Golden Nugget Online Gaming will also benefit, and there'll be many catalysts to push that share price up even higher. And also with that, increased revenue. As more and more states legalize it, the revenue for companies such as Golden Nugget is just going to grow as we move forward over the years. So Golden Nugget for me is a long-term play, 2 to 3 years, probably even more. If the entry point now is probably now, if you can get it under $20, then I think that is a fantastic price if you hold this company long-term. And that is it, guys. That is quickfire stocks, a roundup of all the latest and freshest news of some of the big stocks in the last week. If you did enjoy the concept of this video, make sure you're giving it a like button and let me know down below if you did enjoy the video, and I'll carry on doing this on a weekly basis. Also, we had our second ever live stream last night. I'm hopefully going to do a live stream every single week to interact with you guys. I really do enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy it too. You can ask me anything. If you have made it to the end, you're a legend, and I've got an announcement to make. I've found potentially a stock which nobody is talking about on the market at the moment. I'm doing a lot of research into it at the moment, and at the beginning of next week, I'll probably be doing a full in-depth analysis on this company, so you guys can do your own research. If you agree with what I'm seeing in this company, you can get involved before anyone else, because I do think this is a long-term play. This isn't a short-term play. This is a small market cap company with massive future potential, and is a long-term play in a sector that is going to grow. So get ready for the beginning of next week. I'm going to be bringing out that video and we can discuss that stock and potentially get involved before anyone else is talking about it. Anyway, as always, if you have made it to the end and want to join our investing community, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Always comment down below. I'll reply to every single one of you guys. I really do appreciate the support. Thanks for 4K as well. We're going to be pushing on to 5,000 subs. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and stay safe.